Alright, well we just went over how to change the angle of the load lifters. Now we're going to go over how to change the height of the shoulder strap because they coincide with each other. Kevin is the master at this. He's doing 100 of these a day. This probably drives him crazy to keep doing them, but he's going to go over how to explain it and I'm going to get out of his hair, so there you go.
Okay, now that we have the lifter straps adjusted to my height, now we want to adjust the shoulder straps to my height as well. So one of the first things you need to do is you get underneath, well actually release these so you have, it's a lot easier to adjust the pack with nothing in it, but we have some things in it, and if you were out in the field and you needed to adjust it, just release the compression straps from the bag to the frame on the bottom here, and that releases this and gives you more room underneath here to adjust things. So you get underneath there with your fingers and release that Velcro that the lumbar pad is being held down by. Okay, and once you pull this back, you can get at the belt and everything else. So you want to loosen these up a little bit, these delta straps on the side, on each side. That way you can just slip the belt off just like this and just lay it to the side. Now the next thing you want to do is take your shoulder straps off that are connected to the belt. Just weave them through the buckle and lay your shoulder straps back. Now that you got everything unassembled here, you can get out the shoulder straps now and adjust them. Underneath the torso pad is this excess strap for adjustment. So you just pull it out on both of them. See how I'm pulling it out? Okay. Aaron, would you like to come over here for a second?
I'm going to give you a hand there.
Once you stand the pack up just kind of like that so that they can see at a little bit more of an angle like that. Anyway, now that you got these excess straps for adjustment, you got to weave them through both 3-bar sliders. Now the 3-bar slider that I'm weaving it through now, or just did, is for extra strength. These shoulder straps that go through both of these 3-bar sliders will not loosen up once you have them tightened down. So after you get them through both, slide the shoulder straps down a little bit so you can get at them. Okay. A little bit of work, but you just got to get them all through there, and then you can adjust them now.
Once you get them locked in, though, you're good to go.
Okay, now you got them loose. Now what you want to do is slide your shoulder straps down to your height. And you can see that I've marked on this frame here the last stitch of this shoulder strap to where I like it for me. I did that earlier. And Aaron would do the same up here. So if you get your pack and it's adjusted correctly and you know you like it, after you've stuck weight in it and carried it a little bit and you like it, then it's good to mark somewhere along there so if you ever readjust it for somebody else, you can go right back to the spot you needed to go to for yourself.
And one thing too that I've noticed with this, my right trap is significantly bigger than my left, and having a individual shoulder strap adjustment like this allows me to have my right shoulder strap almost 1/4, 5/16 higher than my left to take unneeded pressure off since my traps are different size. Another kind of a bonus to having individual adjustments.
Exactly. A lot of people's shoulders, one's lower than, actually mine is. One shoulder's lower than the other, so I have to adjust the shoulder straps accordingly. So sometimes you'll have to pull this down even further than you need to, just to pull it back out and get the wrinkle out of it that you've caused by pulling it down in there, especially when you're short like I am. Okay, see, now we've got it adjusted to where I like it and where it's comfortable for me. We slide these top 3-bar sliders up a little bit and start weaving these things back through. These straps, excuse me. What you want to do is you want to pull on it snug with your finger and then push this 3-bar slider down and then hold it with your finger and tighten it up like that. Now it's snug. Do the same thing on this side. Tug on it, push the 3-bar slider down, and tug on it, just like that. Okay, now that you've got it through the first 3-bar slider, the next thing you want to do is slide these shoulder straps down further so you can weave them back through the other 3-bar slider, the top one, as well as back through this other one. This is the first one. You're going to weave it back through, so it's been weaved through 3 times, this bottom one. Then you go to your second one, your upper 3-bar slider, and weave it through the first bar, and then snug this up even actually underneath the first 3-bar slider that's on the bottom. And then tighten that up, hold it tight with your finger, and weave the webbing back through there. And then that's snug. We'll do it on this side as well. The third time again through the bottom 3-bar slider. Tighten it up. Go through, snug it up underneath that one. Hold it with your finger. Tighten that up, and then you can pull these out to where they need to be, and everything's snug. And then you have this excess strap here. Normally when I'm assembling a pack, I'll get it to your size and then I'll trim it off right here and then tuck it underneath the torso pad, but you still have all this room for adjustment, so if somebody else needs to use your pack like we're doing right now, you can do so. And I generally take a tool, but you know, after a while, if you're not going to let anybody else use your pack, you could leave about 4 inches on so it's easier to get this underneath the torso pad.
Now we left these long for this video. I try to save weight. I cut mine off to that 4 inches. So
yeah, exactly. But I usually take a bent stay that I've been using for a while and then just tuck this underneath it. You can see how I'm trying to show you how you do this, but just like that, shoved it up underneath there and then pulled it out. The shoulder straps are adjusted to my height. And now you just have to reassemble again. First thing you do is slip the belt back up over the frame, snug like. Bring the lumbar pad back over. Then you want to crimp this Velcro strap, cut in half, and then you can get it through the grommet hole. And then attach it underneath there for the time being until you get the other one through, so you can tighten it up. Now that you've released these compressor straps on the sides, you can still have enough room underneath here to get underneath here. Okay? And you can pull this lumbar pad down and reattach it to the Velcro strip underneath, and then tuck it underneath the flap like it was before of the belt. Now get underneath there. Maybe you can see that a little bit better there. Pulling on this, tightening it up, laying it back down onto the other Velcro strip. It's called a hook and loop. And then tuck it underneath that flap. And now you've got the belt back on and adjusted. So best thing to do is to lock your belt up like this so you can reattach things. So it's kind of up in the air like this, helping you out. Now you just want to reattach the shoulder strap. You want to make sure that the shoulder strap that's attached to the belt is underneath the top delta strap. This is your top delta strap right here. So once we have it underneath there, reattach it to the ladder lock buckle that's on the bottom of the shoulder strap and weave it through again. Just pull it through a little bit, but leave some slack so you can get the pack on. Then on the other side we do the same thing. Make sure it's underneath the delta strap, the upper one, and then we weave this back through this buckle here. Now we have the pack adjusted to my height, so now I can put this pack on. Okay, again, as we talked before, you want to loosen these up so you can get them in the center of your body, and then get the belt to where it's, like we talked before, you want the top of your hip bone to be in the center of the belt, and if that's where it's at, then you want to use these power pulls and pull forward and lock it in, just like that. Then you want to adjust these again to where they feel comfortable, but not making any hot spots. And then your lifter straps. Now you can see that I have a lift and probably have somewhat of a 45-degree angle on my lifter strap right now. That's the way I like it, but you could also lower that lifter strap on top to go down a little bit further. You wouldn't have to adjust the shoulder straps again, but the lifter, just bring it down a little bit, and then you have more of either a 15 to 30 or 35-degree angle if that's what you like. It's a personal preference.